Hey, KG back again, and today I'm gonna talk about an article concerning bioware and the employees are suing them for better severance. So first let's get into the article and then I'll share my thoughts along the way. So after bioware eliminated 50 jobs back in August, 7 of those former employees are now suing the Dragon Age and Mass Effect maker for better severance. Per a press release obtained by IGN today, the group of employees has filed a statement of claim with Alberta's Court of King's Bench, requesting fair severance pay and punitive damages for what they call unreasonably poor treatment by BioWare. The press release notes that the employees were fired without cause and that in recent cases of termination without cause in the Alberta courts, former employees have been granted 1 month severance pay per year of service, including the full value of benefits without delving into specifics. The release says the laid off employees were offered significantly less than this amount, despite alleged efforts to negotiate with BioWare. In filing the lawsuit, these employees have refused BioWare's offered severance pay. The 7 employees filing the lawsuit have an average of 14 years at the company, says the release. In a statement of one of the terminated employees, notes that while they remain supportive of the long-awaited Dragon Age Dreadwolf, we are struggling to understand why BioWare is shortchanging us in this challenging time. In light of numerous recent industry layoffs and the fact that BioWare's NDAs prevent us from showing any of our recent work on Dragon Age Dreadwolf in our portfolios, we are very concerned about the difficulty many of us will have finding work as the holiday season approaches, the statement says. Yeah, it is saddening that people get laid off work, especially near holiday seasons, because that's the most difficult time of getting a workplace in most industries. And if they truly did not compensate them properly, that's a scummy thing on the developers, not the developers but the company's part. If they worked, then they are entitled to said benefits. They should receive said benefits instead of you trying to loophole something out of them and not compensate them properly for the work they did. Anybody who works for anyone is expecting to get compensated what they deserve, instead of you agree on this but you do half or less or whatever. But honestly, this is just saddening that employees get laid off, but this is not just BioWare. I've recently heard just about any company has had layoffs. It's a tough time that we're living in, but these type of situations makes for those people even tougher. And like they stated, with the concerns of not finding work close to holidays is quite worrisome for a lot of people, because you need to make money somehow. You might have some savings and whatnot, but depending on your life choices and your lifestyle itself, those may not last long. As for being a developer and not adding your latest works in your resume, let's shall say, then it can also impact things, because the last thing you may have worked on was way earlier. Don't know, like let's say 2 years earlier, that was the last project you worked on or something. But there are laws preventing you to discuss that information, which is perfectly normal. It's a tough situation they're in. Not much more they can do about that. But let's continue with the article. Alex Kennedy, a lawyer with I'm not sure how to say that law's office's name, so I'm just gonna skip that. Who is representing the former employees says BioWare may have included legal provisions regarding termination in company contracts. BioWare attempted to reduce its obligation to these employees well below what the courts typically award, including by eliminating benefits from its termination pay that appears to be contrary to the Employment Standards Code. AGN has reached out to EA for comment on the lawsuit. When the layoffs were announced, BioWare General Manager Gary McKay said in a blog post that it was part of a long-term vision to make it more agile and more focused studio. He added that while they were committed to supporting the affected employees, including in regards to finding them placement elsewhere within the company, they would not be able to find new jobs for everyone. The cut came amid development for Dragon Age, Dreadwolf, and the next Mass Effect, with the layoffs affecting experienced employees for both series. In his press release at the time, McKay insisted that their commitment to the fourth major Dragon Age game remained steadfast, while the next Mass Effect continued on in pre-production. As the statement above notes, there has been a number of layoffs in the game industry over just over the past month or so. Earlier today, a report revealed that Sony-owned studio Naughty Dog has apparently suffered a round of layoffs, joining likes of Blizzard's Hearthstone team, Worms Maker Team 17, Immortals of Avon Maker Ascendant Studios, Callisto Protocol Publisher, Striking Distance, and Fortnite's Epic Games, which laid off 830 employees among others. These people are artists and creators who have worked very hard and for a very long time in a difficult industry, producing big profits for their employer, Kennedy says in today's press release. The termination without cause en masse like this calls for a response. Employers can terminate anyone at any time without cause. But with that right comes a responsibility to the people they put in that situation. As they say, power comes with responsibility. And terminating someone just out of nowhere is a really shitty thing to do. But like I stated earlier in the video, that companies getting laid off people is happening throughout multiple companies at this point. But yeah, laying off people might make a studio better, but you also have to worry about, in a sense, that those were the people, like experienced people working on those set games. How will those games be impacted then? Will they release in a decent standard or no? That will be remain to be seen. But the overall situation is, obviously the employer will not be able to find everybody a new job. But with that, you should also compensate the persons that you could not find any jobs or anything with what they deserve, and give them enough time of warning for them to realistically find another job, whether that is 3 months or whatnot. Every place I've worked at, it's usually 3 months before termination, so you have 3 months to find a different job, which is perfectly fine in my opinion, the 3 months, but that might not happen with the gaming industry over there, which would be sad, but I don't really have the inner workings of that. So that will be all for me today. I'll see you guys next time.